So, the news you wanted to hear, or maybe the news you didn't want to hear. Apple is working on multiple foldable devices across multiple lines. This includes a foldable iPhone, a foldable iPad, and even a foldable MacBook for their Foldable Future. Let's go over all of these devices today, and let's start out then with the foldable iPhone. So, for a few years now, we've been expecting a foldable iPhone from the Fruit company, but nothing has come out as of yet. We've had multiple reports over the last few years saying that Apple are working on a foldable, and the most recent one that you can see right here does come in from DigiTimes, and as you can see here, it looks like it's going to be coming out in 2027, or it looks like the whole foldable iPhone project will be abandoned altogether. Starting with why a foldable iPhone may never see the light of day is due to technical difficulties. Most likely this is to do with the actual foldable screen. If you have used, say, a Pixel Fold or even say the Galaxy Fold devices, you will know the screen leaves a crease inside of it. I for one can imagine this is something that Apple do not want. They don't want a crease going through one of their devices. They want their screens to be absolutely pristine from the day that you get it to say 5 years later. They want to have a strong screen, and that is what they're looking for. They're looking for a absolutely amazing screen product, and they don't want to ship junk. If Apple does get it right, do expect a screen on the outside to be about 6.1 to 6.5 inches big, but on the inside it'll probably be about 8 inches big. So that outside screen will probably work more or less like what we got with an iPhone right now, but when you actually fold open the actual foldable iPhone, the inside screen will probably work more like iPad OS, what we have right now. What I would say is you're probably not going to get anything bigger or better in OS kind of software to what we have with both of those. So, you know, it's just going to literally be like a normal iPhone on the front and just a normal iPad on the inside of this device. Also, I'll mention at this point in time, there's been no word of that the Apple Pencil or the Pencil Pro, anything like this would even work with this foldable iPhone 2. Moving on to the next foldable device, well, that will be the actual iPad. Again, as you can see right here, we've had multiple reports in from the Elect and DigiTimes telling us that Apple are working on such a device. The report that we can see right here is saying that this new foldable iPad would replace the iPad mini, so when it's opened up, you're going to get about a 7 to 8 inch display inside of it. But I believe if this foldable iPad came to be, then the foldable iPad would not be made. I personally think it will be this iPad or the foldable iPhone, and it will just be one or the other that Apple will actually create. I think that this device personally will be easier to make for Apple because you're just going to have, say, one screen on the inside. You don't have to put a screen on the outside, and I think it's just going to be far easier for Apple to make, and also there'll be more flexibility to actually make a better screen on the inside too. So OLED screens similar to what technology that Motorola uses with the Razr right now, for example, could be applied here. What I would say, again, very similar to like the iPhone scenario, don't expect a brand new OS with this. It literally will be iPad OS like we have it right now, but just on a foldable screen. So what you have with the experience with the iPad mini, well, you'll get this on the inside of this foldable screen too. So nothing different will really apply here. But for when this new iPad could come out, it's on target for the end of 2026 or into 2027. So this is at least 2 years away until we're going to get our hands on a device like this. But one thing that's going to be happening on this channel way before any foldable iPhone or foldable device comes out from Apple, and that is the giveaway we are doing for this right here. This here is a MacBook Pro M3, and I'm giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is just put down in the comments below of what Apple gear or what technology gear you're planning to get in 2024. So put it down in the comments below right now. And also what I'll say is, like I said, you've got to be a subscriber to enter into this competition. So if you are brand new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell. The other reason why I would say to do that is because I'll be making an announcement at the end of June time of all the details of when the live stream is for this giveaway is, and there will be a little form to fill in too, so you won't want to miss out on all that information there. But a few bits and pieces about this M3 MacBook Pro. It is the M3 normal model, but it has been upgraded upgraded to 16 gigabytes of RAM inside of it, and also has 512 gigabytes of storage. And all you have to do, like I said, is just put down in the comments below what technology gear or Apple gear you plan to get in 2024. And one last thing I just want to say, guys, sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there, people still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram and all this bad stuff. Please do ignore them completely, especially if they say to you, no, please part with money for shipping. This is not me on this international giveaway. Please do ignore them, or better still, as you can see right here, please do report them. So the last foldable device that we've heard about then is a foldable MacBook, or specifically a foldable MacBook Pro. And this is coming from Minchi Kuo, who's told us all about this, that it's going to be about a 20-inch, 20.3-inch display on this MacBook. What is crazy to hear. Hearing news about a foldable MacBook's not the first. Like I said, we've had mentions of this from the Elect in the past, and even the same here, that Jeff Pugh has even said that he's seen a foldable MacBook is going to be coming in 2025 or even into 2026. So the first question you're probably going to ask is, what would a foldable MacBook probably even look like? Well, we've had some renders here from ADR Studio Design, so full credit to him for making these. It would look like this MacBook and have kind of a surface area of 80 to 85% of the actual body. On how thin this MacBook would be, well, it'd probably be about as thin as, say, the M3 sort of MacBook Air like I have right beside me right here in sort of comparison. But obviously you'd be able to lay this MacBook completely flat down. Again, I think Apple would make a kind of a hinge technology, very similar to like the Motorola Razr, what I spoke about with the iPad, what kind of can flex more easier here, not really leave a crease inside of the actual MacBook. So that would be really, really cool to see. And then for actual power behind this MacBook, well, probably we're going to get something like an M6 or an M7 by the time this comes out. You know, we're in M4 sort of journeys now, so yeah, probably be about that. But don't expect, say, the M6 or M7 Pro or the Max sort of series, because at the end of the day, this device is going to be really, really thin, and it probably won't have any cooling abilities again, like any fans or anything like that. So yeah, just expect the kind of normal M series of that time to be inside of it. But for battery life, how Apple may be able to do this is probably with stacked batteries, like what they did with the 12-inch MacBook back in 2015. They'll probably apply this same sort of technology into one of these devices to give us the best battery life and to use up all available space inside of it too. But then next, for the actual interface and how to use it, it probably will be a modified macOS version for this foldable sort of device. So out of all the devices I've spoke about today, this is probably the one that will have the most changes inside of it. So what we could actually see here, like this render here, you might be able to fold the actual device up a bit and use it like a bit like a piano in Logic Pro, for example, or there may be other abilities too. The other thing too is that you may be able to use a keyboard, and also you may be able to use, say, a magic mouse with it, and actually sort of vertically have up your sort of screen a bit like an iMac screen and use it like this too. But one thing I would say is the price on this one is going to be probably over $2,000 at the very least. And this would only give you, like I said, the basic M6 or M7 at that time. But it'll probably be more of, like I said, a novelty kind of device in my own honest opinion here. But really, guys, that is all the foldables that we know that Apple are working on right now. And as you can see, they're a good number of years away. But what are your thoughts on them? Would you like to own a foldable Apple device? Or are you happy with the way how devices are right now from Apple? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, if you've enjoyed watching this video, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.